enters its 6th decade. We welcome you to Santa Clara and Levi's Stadium for Super Bowl 60. Tonight, gentlemen, we've got a good one coming your way. It's the AFC champion New England Patriots and the champions of the NFC, the Seattle Seahawks. Wherever you are, welcome to America's great sports day. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, Super Bowl Sunday. 195 different countries know all about it. They're watching, Greg, and for the players, this moment. They built so much, and now it's here. A chance to take the field in the biggest football game.
What do we hear all week, Mike, from every team leading up to the Super Bowl? For the players that have been here before, there's such an advantage. You know what to expect. You know what pregame feels like. You know how to handle the emotions leading up to it. But for the new players, the new coaches, no matter how much you tell them, there's still an element of uncertainty that really doesn't hit you until that ball is kicked off. So who handles it better? Who's more prepared for this stage? We're a couple minutes from finding out, and man, I think we are in for a great game.
After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
The tackle made by Julian Love. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 35-yard line.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a couple. Once more, it's Anderson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. A gain of 11 on that one. First down, New England.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the bike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, it's May. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Kayshon Boutte was the one he was looking for. And now it's 4th down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it, continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL. And Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
All week long, they just keep telling themselves it's just another game, and then reality sets in. And I promise, as he takes the field right now, Mike, the thoughts and the emotions swirling around his head, he's got to do his best to harness it. These are the games that legacies are built upon. He understands, even though he's had this long journey, he is going to be judged based on these next 4 quarters. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On second down, it's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And this ball incomplete on third down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. May gonna look to throw. As caught right side by Henry. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chain.
A gain of 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down, and back to Henderson. They converge on quickly. They'll only get a couple. Byron Murphy there on the stop.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. Open man, Demario Douglas. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. A big play here in the big game. 39 yards.
First down.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And he's in. What a drive. Touchdown, New England. The first touchdown of Super Bowl 60.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now Andres Borregales for the extra point. He's got it, and the Pats are off and running here in the Super Bowl. They lead 7-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Darnold to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
The tackle made at the 27-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Straight ahead, it's Walker. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
3rd and a yard. They'll run the sneak, and they're going to get the conversion here. Good run to the 44, and that's a 1st down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On play action, here's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Off the play fake, here's Darnold. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
When you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation, and instead he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity, but with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is 4th down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. It's Henderson to start this drive, and he's going to be taken down at the 17-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
And the Patriots, first down.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
Again, it's Henderson. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3.
On the draw, it's Henderson. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle.
Brings up third down.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that first down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the first down.
He'll manage only a couple. Nick Emanwari is there to make the play. And we'll get a whistle, stoppage, an injured Patriot without question. Something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. From the 31, here's second and 7. Out of the gun, here's May. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Reek Woolen that time. Good coverage, and he breaks it up.
Just a great example of not only the anticipation, but the instincts to go break that pass up, Mike. You can see he's clearly looking at the quarterback's eyes, and once that ball was delivered, he's just attacking it and breaking it up.
Open man is Douglas. It's complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. They get 24 on that one. Good for a Patriots first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Hunter Henry was the one he was looking to connect with. It's second down.
Dropping a catchable ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
On the ground, here is Henderson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of 1 brings up third down and 9.
Trying to keep a drive alive. Going to have to convert on third and 9. Working out of the gun. It's May. That one complete to Hollins. 12 yards on that hookup. First down, New England.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he shows off those strong legs running through one tackle. Give him a gain of 8.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Here's Stevenson, and they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
After a spirited first quarter here in Super Bowl 60, the Patriots out on top. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. Time for the second quarter. Patriots with the football as they go to work on first and goal. To throw is May. He's got his big tight end, Hunter Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Borregales now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Patriots move out on top, 14-0.
Seahawks, nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready for this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with first and 10. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Shaheed with the catch, and that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down.
Just a simple hitch route, certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Third and short yardage, and here's Darnold. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
This offensive line has to do a better job, Mike, of communicating the protection pre-snap, especially on these key third downs. The blitz overwhelms them from the jump, and now they're picking their quarterback off the ground.
Here's Michael Dixon now, as he is on to kick it for Seattle. A fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. On 1st and 10. That one taken in by Douglas. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes. There is a lot of room to operate.
He'll forward for maybe a yard. Tyrese Knight in on the tackle.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is May. Pass completed to Douglas. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's a gain of 18.
Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Thrown out of the gun, they're going to run with Henderson. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 6. Here's a toss left side for Henderson. Whoa!
Simple play to call, but complex to execute. A toss play is beautiful, Mike, when a team hits it like they just did. We can see why they're a fan in the toss. Healthy game, and they pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's May. He's got his man, Keyshawn Boutte. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
That's another
It's a gain of 10 yards. Good for a Patriots first down.
18-yard line.
Now May reaching for it. The tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is May. That is caught to the goal line and in. Touchdown, New England. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start of this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The extra point now for Borregales. It's up and good. And the Pats will take themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Seahawks, nothing.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Jack Gibbons is there to bring him down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
And it's third down.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football.
At their own 26
Patriots offense and Stephon Diggs heading back out on the field. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. To throw now, May. That's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
May gonna hold on to this one. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
Out of the gun, it's Henderson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. May gonna look to throw.
And that's Just a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
Here's Bryce Behringer now. He'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. To return, it's Shaheed. And he'll get a few yards. On this return, a pass for 15-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 21-yard line.
Throwing, Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 18 yards on the connection. First down, Seattle.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And you'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
The tackle by Christian Gonzalez. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4 at the 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's second down and 4. They'll go play action with Darnold. Pass taken in by the tight end. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
First down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
It's goes down, and they'll run. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Here's Darnold. Open, left side is Barner. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
20-yard pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
This pass taken in by Shaheed. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Shotgun run now with Walker. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
3rd and 5. Darnold to throw. He'll try to run for it. And he will have the Seahawks first down. It was 3rd and 5, and they picked up 7.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Seahawks.
from the shotgun. Here's Darnold. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
The 11-yard line.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Here's a 2nd and 6. To throw is Darnold. This one not quite on target. Too much. That one falls incomplete. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
All right, so the ball falls incomplete, but I think what it does now, Mike, is it allows you to stop the clock, get in the huddle, take a deep breath, and now your play caller has to give you the best play. Go get points here before the half and try to build something going into halftime.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A little indecisive there, Mike. I thought he could have pulled the trigger a tad sooner. Instead, he just holds onto the ball a little too long. The windows close up and ultimately has no choice but to just simply throw the ball away.
On 4th down, the veteran Jason Myers for the Seattle field goal. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks are on the board just before halftime.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. On the return, Travion Henderson. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Patriots offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. It's May. That'll be caught. It's Travion Henderson.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. One final throw before the break. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick recap of the first half, which has been strongly one-sided. This is heading towards blowout territory unless they can come from behind and get themselves a victory. Let's find out what happens in the second half. Let's go back out to the commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to kickoff of this second half. Could we have a finish to remember here in Santa Clara? Second half underway in Super Bowl 60. This will be returned from the 6. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Into the hands of his tight end, Barner. And he'll be out of bounds as the first down completion nets about 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And he'll bring this to about the 34-yard line. Jalen Hawkins there on the tackle.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
It's 3rd and 4. Now Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. Down the left sideline. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play here in the big game. An even 40 yards.
It's not a coincidence, Mike, that the best offenses in the NFL are all excellent at yards after the catch. It's a combination of a few things. A highly accurate quarterback and the ability of the scheme to get open players in open space. Once you do that, the rest is up to them.
Complete to number 36. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 4. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. Up brings it in left side. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and let's see what he can do after the catch.
And not liking anything downfield, he'll just get this to the sideline. It is incomplete.
And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision, maintain possession of the ball.
That's out quick. It's Kupp on the RPO. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play brings up 3rd down.
Here's Darnold again. That's hauled in at the 2. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown. A gain of 11, and it's 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
Walker. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
He was taken down behind
Their ground game ends up failing at the exact moment, Mike, where they're needed the most. 1 yard to the goal line, that's prime opportunity. Finish the drive, take the lead, but instead, they go backwards.
Backed up to the 3, it's 2nd and goal. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. He puts it up, and it's caught. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10.
Seahawks 10.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Patriots offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Begin it on the ground with Henderson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
They'll try to set up the screen to Stevenson. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start. And a loss of yards on the play.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Throwing on third down is May. He's got his man. It's Diggs. And he'll be forced out of bounds. He had 2 touchdowns earlier, looking to see what he can do here in this second half. That grab gets them a first down. On the give, it's Henderson. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down.
DeMarcus Lawrence on the stop. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the Seahawks' 38-yard line.
Once more, it's Henderson. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up third down.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
From the 29, here's second and 8. Out of the gun, here's May. The look at his big target, Henry, over the middle. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. On the handoff, Henderson. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Brought down by Ernest Jones. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 on the Seahawks' 13-yard line.
Second and 7. Up Operating from the shotgun, it's May. That complete to Henderson. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
That's good.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets. It puts so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Way beyond Henderson. Touchdown, Patriots.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Borregales now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Patriots will extend this third quarter lead.
Makes the score Patriots 28, Seahawks 10.
So following the touchdown, Borregales is back to send this one away. Shaheed now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Jackson Smith and Jigba ready to get back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. Give to Walker, running right, and a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the first down.
He takes off. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Seattle.
A gain of 14. First down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
On first and 10, here comes Walker. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. Going up top, and that is incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
And this will go down as a punt inside the 20 as it continues out of bounds.
15-yard line.
The Patriots offense and their running back, Travion Henderson, making their way back out there. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Slot man in motion right. To throw on 1st down is May. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Demario Douglas, the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Throwing now is May. That one taken in by Douglas. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 10. 1st down, New England.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Down to the final quarter in Super Bowl 60. We'll return for the 4th from Santa Clara after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it, and no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
On 1st down, they go back to Henderson. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. His running backs had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Off the play fake, here's May. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force 3rd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. Nice job there defensively to keep him in front of the marker. It's going to bring up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line.
Their own 20-yard line.
Well, Seahawks offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if we can get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. In motion is Barner. Darnold to throw on 1st down. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The threat of making a poor decision and throwing a pick is always in the back of your mind, and while you can't play scared, you do have to play smart. If you can't find an open target, throw the ball away, live for the next down.
From the gun, on third down, it's done. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And they're going to move the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
25 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big play here in the big game. 32 yards.
This hasn't been his best game by any means, but what I really like, Mike, is regardless of the score, regardless of the time of the game, he is out there battling. He's doing everything in his power to chip away and see if he can get his team back in this game here in the fourth quarter. They've got to find a way to capitalize in this drive. Continue to cut into that deficit. Every possession is critical. Take advantage when you have the ball.
He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it'll be second down. To throw again is Darnold. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at, and that defender's bearing down. You really get a good idea what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
So Myers back out there at the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. It's Henderson to start this drive. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On second down, it's May. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
makes it
The drag
3rd
route is
and
such a good
4.
way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
3rd and short. And here is May. This one down the field, but it's lined up incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with a tight coverage as he knocks it away.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. The run up the middle, it's Walker. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40. Give him 14 on that play. One 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Darnold to throw on 2nd down. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Outright Smith-Njigba has it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's a gain of 28 as they convert on 3rd down.
Okay, so now you pick up that 1st down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Open man is Jake Bobo. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
1st down, Seahawks.
14 yards on that pass play there. 1st down, Seattle.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up. He takes this down to about the 5.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Here's Walker. And he's going to lose yardage here. Taken down back at the 8.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on 2nd and goal.
It's back at the 8 now for 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. And time runs out there. He just airmails it towards the bench. Incomplete. You can sense a little frustration there. It brings up 3rd down.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. Throwing on the run. It's behind his man, and it's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Rashid Shaheed. Touchdown, Seahawks. So they get the touchdown, and now it is a 9-point game. Greg, you can go for 1 and make it a 1-possession game. Or some people think about going for 2 here. What would you do?
I think I'm going for 2, Mike. Listen, the way you have to look at it is I need a 2-point conversion at some point. But I want to know now, am I down truly 2 scores, or am I able to get it down to 7 and truly make it a 1 score? So I'm going for 2 now, and I want to know what the rest of this game looks like. How many possessions do I need?
And now it's a 9-point game, so they'll go for just 1 here. The kick here is good, so they are back within a possession. That gets it down to an 8-point game. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return, Travion Henderson. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Off the play fake, it's May. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 2nd-rounder.
This is just the last thing you can afford to do, especially in this situation. Like, there's just no need to force the ball. You're playing with a lead. It's late in the game, and I know he's got a lot of confidence in his arm, and he thinks he can get away with it, but that decision, it proves to be costly.
The Seahawks offense getting set to get back to work. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Darnold. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Falls incomplete. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
We see this so often, they call it sudden change. So they teach defenses, Mike. This is a little predictable here. They teach defenses, if we have to take the field following a turnover or some sort of sudden change situation, expect a deep play, expect a trick play. It's just the way offensive coordinators call plays immediately after taking over the possession. And in this case, the defense was ready for it and falls incomplete.
They get 16 on that connection. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, ball's on time, results in a nice first down pickup. This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up first and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. Let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do, because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can, and now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. To throw is Darnold. That is caught, and he's in. Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Touchdown, Seattle. That is 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this two-point conversion here to tie it up.
And the Seahawks with another big moment. They'll try to add the two-point conversion here.
The Seahawks will line up for the two-point conversion.
In motion is Barner. Darnold now to throw. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game is tied.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on two-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
All even. 4th quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? Oh! He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Patriots offense ready to get back to work. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive. It starts with first down. Working out of the gun, it's May. He'll get this out to Henderson. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds.
At the 30-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8. Operating from the shotgun, it's May. The look at his big target, Henry, over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
That's good.
A gain of 16 on that pass play. Good for a Patriots first down.
46-yard line.
You want to be a star in the NFL, Mike? These are the high-pressure moments that you can't shy away from. The greats, they embrace it. tie ball game, fourth quarter. The game is on the line. Everyone in the stadium knows where that ball is going, and I can't blame them.
Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. Here's a screen taken in by Henderson. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down is May. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to take over just shy of midfield.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. A gain of 4 as he's taken down.
He's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's 2nd down. Now Darnold. Intercepted. And the Patriots will take over possession here at the 44.
So the first part of any interception is just end up with the ball in your hands, right? That's what every defensive coordinator wants. But anytime you can get yards on the return, that's just an added bonus. And that's what we see here. There's a little space, does a great job securing the catch, and all of those yards just set up for better field position as their offense takes the field.
The Patriots offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. He'll run. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's May. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. Now the Patriots going to use their first timeout, and the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go. Going to need a big play now, 3rd down and long. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds remaining on the clock. Patriots ready for the punt. Important punt here in this tie game late. And this is gonna be a beauty. Touchdown at the 2-yard line.
At their own 2-yard line.
The Seahawks offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Now, Walker. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
The tackle made at his own 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Four quarters could not decide a champion. The pressure ratchets up, the rare air of Super Bowl overtime about to begin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Patriots offense ready to take over possession of the football. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Henderson. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Now a first throw here in overtime. He'll get this over the middle to Diggs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And the Patriots
13 yards on that pass play. First down, New England.
42-yard line.
May gonna look to throw. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Throwing on 2nd down. May. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. And 3rd down coming up.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
They get 18 on the pitch and catch. Good for a Patriots first down.
That's good for a Patriots first down.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Seahawks 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. May to the air once more. He'll get this off to Stevenson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's May again. He'll find his tight end. That's Henry. 11 yards on the pass there. 1st down, New England.
That's another Patriots 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. When I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll motion the slot man right. May to throw on 2nd down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him. Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
So a big spot looming here for Andres Borregales. This to get a leg up in the OT. This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime. So the opening drive of overtime yields 3. Can the opponents respond? They receive the kickoff now. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll go play action with Darnold. That one swung out wide to Walker. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
At the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Taken in right side by Barner. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Seattle.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground. work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
In motion is Barner. On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
They'll try it now with Walker. And he will have the Seahawks first down. As the defense could not come up with a big stop there. It's a gain of 8 on 4th and 2.
First down, Seahawks.
Sometimes it's just the obvious decision that's the correct one. I mean, the offensive line and their ability to win at the point of attack, all you need is one guy to displace the defender and just move him, and that's exactly where the play is designed to go. So you earn the trust to keep the ball on the ground in these gotta-have-it moments, and they come through.
And he's back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain before stepping out of bounds.
What they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
New England going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down is looming. Pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to extend the overtime. The kick is good. Under pressure, he delivers. And we continue on. Now it's next score wins here in overtime. So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. From the 6, here comes a return. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. So now the New England offense getting ready for their next possession. It's the tight end Henry in motion. Throwing on 1st and 10 is May. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 6. Now May, the 2nd down throw is incomplete.
You have to wonder, Mike, how are those previous mistakes he made earlier in the game still lingering in the back of his mind? You can tell he's being a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to risk throwing a 3rd interception and kind of just throws this one away.
It's the tight end Henry in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's May. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. A gain of 21 on that pass play. Good for a Patriots first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
May to throw again. Short pass caught by Henry, the tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throw again is May. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
They gain 18 yards on that one. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made.
A 25-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 3. A handoff, running left is Walker. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain.
Timeout Seahawks. That is their second.
3rd down.
Talk things over before 3rd down. Try and run it with Walker. And he's brought down to 17, but that's going to be good enough. A 1st down picked up on the ground.
Really nice play call there that time. I think early on the quarterback realized pretty quickly, Mike, this is a light box. We got to take advantage of it. They get the right run call dialed up, and they're able to move the chains.
The Pats going to stop it here. They'll use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This one to win it in overtime. This kick is good. He got it. And that kick will last forever. They have won the Super Bowl. And that'll do it. For the first time in more than a decade, the Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl champions. Wow, you talk about a compelling Super Bowl. That's as good as we could ask for, Greg. A struggle, tight till the end, but ultimately, one team had a little bit more, and they are now the champions.
And as in the case in so many Super Bowls, Mike, your entire franchise, and for a lot of these players, their legacies are altered by a play here, a play there. This could have been a totally different outcome, but let's give credit to the champs. They made the plays when they needed, and that's NFL ball, and I'll tell you what, they're going to enjoy this celebration.
So that'll do it for another sensational season of the NFL on EA Sports. For our entire team, and with my partner Greg Olson, Mike Tirico, good night from Santa Clara, California.